My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Karma's a bitch.
Stop going there.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their haircut experiences.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Hello, everyone. Onpassive has been a topic of hot debate, with various sources providing conflicting views on its legitimacy. Some, especially those indoctrinated into the scam, claim that it's a revolutionary AI-powered platform that promises financial freedom, while others, such as myself, label it a sophisticated, multi-level marketing scheme with hidden costs and unrealistic income promises. Mufareh, the CEO of Onpassive, has been described as a visionary entrepreneur with a master's degree in information technology and electronic commerce. However, his company has faced allegations, including a lawsuit by the Securities and Exchange Commission for $108 million in securities fraud related to Onpassive. The allegations against Onpassive are quite serious and revolve around fraudulent activities. The SEC has accused Onpassive and its CEO, Mufareh, of conducting a fraudulent, unregistered offering of securities through a multi-level marketing MLM structure. They allegedly promised investors high returns for buying into an early stage of their pyramid scheme under the guise of developing a suite of AI-powered applications. The scheme involved a $97 fee for early investors, termed O-founders, who were told they would receive higher placements in the pyramid and, consequently, higher returns. Additionally, investors were led to believe that they could earn commissions from a passive income opportunity, which required them to make a one-time product purchase and pay monthly subscription fees. This product is a video conferencing application called OConnect that is still in beta testing stages and not yet launched to the public. The O-founders have been endlessly strung along and are in a constant state of FOMO, waiting for OConnect and Onpassive to go viral. Several people in Onpassive have stated they are waiting for Onpassive to make a profit before it is able to pay out. These practices are indicative of a classic pyramid scheme, where returns are paid to earlier investors using the capital from new investors rather than from legitimate business profits. The SEC has accused Onpassive of being a pyramid scheme. As of April 2024, O-founders have been waiting their commission checks owed to them since September of 2023. Due to Mufareh's negligence, Onpassive has faced several issues with obtaining a merchant and is unable to take payments for OConnect. Therefore, OConnect subscriptions have been extended yet another time. Onpassive top leaders try to paint this out as a good thing, but we know the truth. We are the bimbos, the haters, the naysayers, the consumer protection advocates, and we know better. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Queen of Karma, and I cover scams, cults, commercial cults, and for the last several years, I have been watching the Onpassive train wreck occur in real time. My channel is mainly an anti-multi-level marketing channel, as MLMs are commercial cults, and I often discuss the manipulation tactics used to entrap tons into continuing to build their downline. Here on my channel, we believe it's essential to approach such opportunities with caution, conducting thorough research, and considering the diverse opinions and experiences shared by individuals online. Always remember, if an offer seems too good to be true, it probably is. So it's wise to keep a skeptical eye and do your due diligence before jumping on board any revolutionary business train. You should always be given the chance to make an educated, informed decision. If the opportunity tells you not to Google it or research it in any way, and it seems to promote toxic positivity and isolates you with an us versus them mentality, it's a commercial cult and you should run. It's my belief that Onpassive is a commercial cult of personality surrounding Mr. Ashraf Mufareh. And yes, by the way, you should run. Today we're going to be watching yesterday's live stream, which was hosted by Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson. It was a special one, they called it, and it's featuring Onpassive CEO and longtime con artist Ash Mufareh. Ash has been missing in action since April 10th and had implied something spectacular would be happening with Onpassive on or by April 18th, and also by the end of the month. So today we're expecting him to drop some kind of ash bomb, but I believe we're going to see lots of gaslighting and manipulation instead. I'm going to greet all of my fabulous, beautiful people, and then we're going to get right into it. It is about an hour long. I have sped it up to 1.10 speed. 1.25 ends up being a little too fast, but 1.10 seems to be about right, so just know that as we go into it. We have Joe here, but Joe says that his power is out again and the 5G is acting up. How are they going to control his mind if 5G doesn't work? I don't know, Joe. We might be in trouble. Andy is here. Good to see you. Jelly Snack is here. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great day. Wes is here. I wouldn't be surprised if she was lip singing the song at the beginning, because her mouth and the words did not match. I am just saying. Hello, Mr. Level. Good to see you. Louisiana is here. Yes, this was from 2022. It did age horribly. We've been waiting since long before 2023 September, really. You know, that's just since they've been waiting for their commissions. I've been told those were going to get paid. We've been waiting for this thing to launch since 2019, nonstop. Nonstop. Takara is here. Good to see you. Chris is here. I hope you're also having a fabulous, fabulous day. We will be millionaires. I won't hear it. What? You mean when Ash Mufareh told me I would be a millionaire just for giving him $97? That was too good to be true? Oh no, a serial con artist, according to the SEC. They're not lying. He really is. He really is. Stop being so negative. I'm just negative. Right? It's so great and it cannot be sold. So, just to recap what's kind of gone on in the last couple weeks with Ash. Ash and Marty and Chris and Red had decided that they were going to be doing a weekly 360 together. They all chose to do this weekly 360s on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Eastern, they were going to all stream together. They chose this time because apparently it was the best time for Ash Mufareh to show up. Because, you know, he does CEO stuff for the rest of the day. This worked out for 2 weeks. Okay? It worked out for 2 weeks. And then the following week after that, Ash didn't show up. And they thought he was going to show up. It appears that he doesn't, let them know, write Marty and say, hey, I'm not going to make it today. He just doesn't appear. And then the following week after that, they did the stream that we reacted to yesterday, right? With Michael Williams' AIM, where they were talking about Catmo, because it seemed like Ash was not going to make it for yet another Wednesday. So yesterday, instead of us waiting until Wednesday for them to get together, yesterday they had what they called a special stream. They said it's very, very special, and it was special because Ash was making an appearance. So that is what we are going to be reacting to today. 1.25 is okay when Ash is speaking. It is. The best part about the 6 a.m. streams was Ash calling Marty cranky when he gets up early. Very, very professional of him to do.
Unicorn of Onpassive, thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to register,
The unicorn's
ring
too
that
fast, I'm
bell,
sorry.
and give them a thumbs up. And if you make a nice comment, we'll post it. Yes, we will.
Where? Where are you posting these people's comments? Is there like some kind of board that you do that you post it? Or do you mean like if you make a comment during the live stream, you'll put it up on the screen?
Anyway, have a wonderful day.
Hey, everybody.
Stole Chris's opening. He stole Chris's hey. Doesn't even do it properly.
Thanks for coming. It's Monday, the 22nd. Mr. Captain Chris Johnson is no longer in Florida. He is now in Kentucky. Am I right?
Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah.
Have some Kentucky Fried Chicken while you're there. That's what I would go to Kentucky for.
I don't know where you're at. He's in Kentucky and seeing his grandchildren. And
Oh, look, now all of the comments are on the screen. So what was the point of being like, make a comment, maybe we'll post it, if you're putting them all up there?
if you look on his Facebook, you can see him too.
That's true, Chris. He was in Florida for quite a while. He was there for quite a while. I think that's where he's been the longest. Because he was also there when he injured himself. So he's been there since, like, the Golden Corral stuff, right? Like, it's been a while. And no, never saw Ash one time. You would think Ash would go meet him. You know? The biggest scam in this whole Onpassive saga is the way Ash conned founders out of their $97 by offering a fake refund. You're right, Harold. You see, they only got $95 back, and it was an O coin. So, like, it doesn't mean anything. I know in the back office it says that 1 O coin equals $1 US, but like I've said exhaustively, you can't just make money like that and then be like, this is what it's worth. That's not how that works. Chris, I'm in there every day as I am here under Wes. Harold Amondi. True. It is true.
He has beautiful grandchildren. You know, sometimes they're.
Yeah.
let me just clap for you. Anyway,
It's the same as me if I was just give them $95 in Monopoly money, is what it is. It means the same. There's no value to it. Yet all of these guys, especially Marty and Chris, will be like, we got it refunded to us.
anyway, today I was going to talk about the unlimited potential for everyone here.
Oh.
And I've
It's not like you don't talk about that every fucking day.
done this many times. We've talked about it many times. But I want everybody to know all the people that I've met in Onpassive,
Right.
hundreds, thousands probably. And the more I talk to everybody,
This is like the 4th time they've mentioned ugly babies.
the more I find out all of you have a gift of some kind, right? We all have something we love. We're just, it drives us, right? Take that and find a way to incorporate it into Onpassive. And you're
Okay.
thinking, well, Onpassive is a digital market. If you think Onpassive is just a digital platform, you're way off base. Way off base. You can do anything you want in Onpassive.
I also think it's a scam. Does that count?
You can do photography. You can write books. You can, because look, you can set
Oh my god, imagine writing a book about Onpassive. If that ever happens, I will review that book.
up a group. And then if you have a passion, set up the group now. With 3
I
million
was
people
really
taking
worried,
a walk on the
Shelley.
wild side, what happens when there's 300 million? See, I mean, wouldn't you want to have been the first at something or the beginning of something? This is it. This is your time to shine. Don't chase somebody else's who's chasing their dream. It's a waste of time.
I guess they can't write books, right? Because there's no word processor. They don't have a program. They don't have a program to use. Now you're telling them to use other programs, Marty. How dare you?
You're not going to have the same passion as somebody that's chasing what they want. You know, I have people ask me, what do you want? I'm doing what I want, believe it or not. I love working with people. I love doing what I'm doing. Where do I want to go from here? I was asked that question and I was flabbergasted because I couldn't think of the answer, but I figured out what it was.
Okay, what?
I'm going to use Onpassive for because I'm changing, right? I might want my desire this month might be this, and next month it might be that. That's what I want out of Onpassive. I want to switch with. I want to flow with whatever I feel like. Maybe something comes along and I say, well, you know what? I really want to push that because I think it's good for people. And that's part of Onpassive.
So wait, Marty's big dream with Onpassive is to continuously push Onpassive. That is what he's saying here. Wow, yeah, no, you cracked the code, Marty. That must be your talent. You're just a promoter.
All of you, or most of you, have other things. Some of you have even products that you like from the past.
He really just gave up, eh? He's like, the only thing I could do is Onpassive promoting. That's my only talent.
The problem was the system, the company, and all that are not set up to succeed. If I was in MLM, which I'll never do it again, but if I was, and I had a product that I really loved, Onpassive, I would have Onpassive just so I could make it work. Because for that.
So, is he planning on making his own product and then using Onpassive to promote it? What is he saying here? This is so bizarre. Every founder needs to ask just one question. What is the pay plan? How is Ash going to pay all the commissions he keeps telling people? Right? It's like, how is Ash paying for anything right now? Is what you should be asking. Marty even the other day was all like, oh, Ash has to pay all the employees and he has to pay for the O Connect and he has to pay for this. And I'm going, how's he paying for that? Like, just think about it. How?
This platform, I don't care who you are, where you're at. Yeah, even you could be even one of the 1 or 2%. Even they are working like mules. They are working boom, 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 boom.
Okay, man, Ash is not here. This is from yesterday that I'm reacting to. We don't support Onpassive here. I think that even on YouTube, it's against their terms of service to promote a pyramid scheme. So I don't do that.
I've got horror stories of friends and people that I really respect that have gone from a couple $1 million home to selling everything they had. And you know why that was?
Why?
The company that they hooked into, yes, it sounded great. Yes, the people are fantastic. But who they're talking to is another affiliate. Hold on one second. Okay. Was another affiliate. They don't own the company. This company was built with such a huge foundation.
This is the exact same thing. They're just an affiliate. They don't own the company. You don't own a part of Onpassive. You don't have a stock in it even. So what do you mean?
Not for a week, not for a month. Generational. My grandchildren are going to be able to come into net, blast, be able to joy, whatever comes, well past I'm gone. I believe that. That's why when they build such a big foundation, you got to go.
They're doing a lot of talk about how it might not happen in their lifetime. And I'm kind of like, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You should not be like, it is totally okay if I spend the next 40 years of my life promoting this company and they don't get it right in my lifetime. It's been a running theme along with Catmo. Like, I'd say the two themes of this past week have been Catmo and then implying that you're okay if Onpassive doesn't release everything and like get this all set and ready in your lifetime. It's bizarre. You should not be accepting that. I feel like they're starting to try to brainwash the people in this thing to accept that. And I'm like, no, that would be awful. And they've even brought up how they've lost some people that have, unfortunately, been at the end of their lives when they join this, since they prey on elderly people. And it's like brought up in a way to say like it's okay that happened. And ethically, morally, or even in a business stance, that's not okay. And like, if it's gonna take them a lifetime to do this, like, do you think Mufareh lives forever? Because the big selling point in this is that it's Ash doing it. And he's just such an amazing humanitarian. He's the one that's going to really do this right. Like, he's the correction of the corruption, right? He's the solution to all the problems and blah, blah, blah. So, like, he's got to get this shit done in his lifetime. All right? We can't be okay with it not happening in this lifetime. That is not okay. That is unacceptable. And to even imply that that would be okay is very, very angering to me. Like, you should revolt, and be like, no, bring this to us right now. I'm not waiting. And they put it out there like, oh, your kids and your grandkids. What if they don't have kids and grandkids, you know? There are people that don't want kids, don't have kids. Who are they supposed to pass it on to? You want them to waste their entire life in this thing? And then they don't get the benefit of it? Why would that be okay? Chris says every founder will die before they make money from Onpassive. With the way we're going, yeah. Yeah. Ash thought he was going to be the next Elon Musk. He thought he was going to be better. You know? Good news about Robin the Voice, though. She's doing an appearance on one of their shows soon. Awesome. I'm glad that she's okay.
That's why they're
I don't agree with her being in this thing, promoting it, blah, blah, blah. She's not my favorite person in the scam. But I do not want her to be ill, have cancer, or end up being, like, too sick to do anything. We do not want that. That's very bad.
They're thinking much bigger than
well.
themselves. Much bigger than themselves. So keep that in mind.
See, like, we do this because we want good things for these people. You know? Not because we want bad things. I know they think that we're over here like, oh, I don't want Onpassive to succeed and I want all these people to die, rah, or something. But no, that's not what we're doing.
That's what we're part of. We're part of something that was not thought, well, look, if we can get a good year out of it, we'll all make a few $1 million.
Other companies.
Or the company will. It's not what was done. Because if it was set up that way, we would have been running a long, long time ago. And I still get people, where are we at? What are we doing? Listen, nothing has changed. There's a sequence of events.
It's like, you can't just expect people to just wait around and, like, not ask anything. And not be like, what's going on? Can we know something? Especially when you guys kind of add to that, actually, Marty. Because you and Chris and Red do all of these updates, and they're, like, daily. So it's like, they're always expecting something to be happening. So when there's downtime and nothing's happening, you highlight it more. So you're kind of like adding to your own problem, and then you're sitting here complaining about it. About the fact that people are like that.
These sequence of events happen, you're going to see it before anybody else. You're in it. Nothing's being hidden. This is going in sequence of events. Do they happen when we want? No. They don't even happen probably when Ash wants it, because it's outsourced. A lot of these things are out of our control. But keep the faith like you have been. I see very motivated.
But you keep saying that you're doing it all from scratch. It's all going to be in-sourced, not outsourced, right? Everything's going to be from you guys. So when you want it as a selling point, you're doing everything and you're doing it all from scratch. And then when you need an excuse as to why Ash doesn't have control over any of this, then it's, oh, we're outsourcing things and it's out of our control. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be both. All right? You're either outsourcing everything, and therefore it's in other people's control, or you're doing everything and it's built from scratch and blah, blah, blah.
Self-motivated people, inspiring people. Again, this Thursday, there's supposed to be a webinar.
Oh, Mordecai.
Uniting Africa. I love it. I think it's the best thing in a long time. Why? Well, you have many, many different people, and Africa's huge. Africa's absolutely huge. And you have different leaders. You have different, they've combined the leaders, one voice.
By the way, it's very difficult to be plugged in to like what's going on with this thing constantly. I miss things. And I'm plugged into it every single day. And I just do it for fun because I like to talk about these kinds of things and speak out about them. I couldn't imagine like depending on this for anything and then trying to stay updated with it all. It's like it's fucking impossible.
Hold on.
He's getting a text.
God. So keep that in mind. We're all in the same boat.
Do we
We're
need
all
Bob
going the same
Morris in
direction.
Louisiana?
And let's do it together. Let's do it together.
He's got to come get the berserker demons out.
Don't worry about everybody. Oh, this and that and this and that. Just concentrate on you're in a good place. Everybody's hurting. I'm hurting. You're hurting. Different levels. But believe this: if you're watching,
We're all
this,
hurting, but we're
a
all in a
billion
good
people are
place.
hurting worse than you are because they can't even get on here. But I love the idea that we have bridged that gap. The new O Connect has opened the doors for, I believe, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. I don't know how they did it. I'm not the technical guy, but O Connect has made it so that these people that pay for bandwidth or pay for gigabytes has dropped down 80%. Using 8 gigabytes, now 1.8 or 2. That's beautiful. I'm seeing
That's
people on the
how it
screen
should have
that
been
you
from
could
the
never see
beginning.
before. You can hear them. You can listen to them. You can write them.
We were kind of wondering why it used so much, but you know, you do you.
They understand what you're doing. So it's pretty powerful. Pretty darn powerful. And I'm going to turn it over to Chris. I'll be back on. Chris?
It's a good thing, but it's not a good thing because it's like you don't want O Connect to bleed people dry. You know, but at the same time, you're like, fuck, that means that they're going to be listening to these people in Onpassive on O Connect more. So, you know, it's I guess it's bittersweet. Some hurt more than others. I heard that Marty, Red, Chris got tons of O coins from O Connect commissions. Allegedly, they tell us in this.
Tell them about the adventures of Captain.
I think the adventures of Captain Chris probably a little boring to people, but let me always start out by some special prayers that I've been seeing. I read in Patricia Jordan Stouts. We're praying for you. Please give her some. She's got their family's going through a bunch of stuff. I believe she made a post on her Facebook. You can read all about it, but we're sending you prayers. And everyone else that I prayed for, we all pray for every time I get on here. I would also like to say some prayers for my son, Joey, his wife, Jordan, and Evan and Cody, my grandkids. Believe it or not, they're going through some sticky times right now, and they need some prayer.
I don't, Jelly. I don't think they have. I mean, they might have in some sense, but okay, they've only had the affiliate link for not even a year, I don't believe. And they've been signing up people since before that, allegedly under them, right? And I could say that since they've had the affiliate link, they're probably keeping track of it, because if you click the affiliate link, then there should be a way for them to connect it to you. You know what I mean? Hopefully. Maybe they didn't. I don't fucking know. We're kind of just hoping. But before that, we know that they weren't keeping track any other way. So I don't think that it's going to end up how anyone has pictured it that's in this thing. I know that they all think that when they go live, they're going to have like the teams that they signed up. But based on how it's been described, they're not planning on doing it that way anyway. I've never really understood, and they've never really fully explained to us. Because they claim that people get signed up and placed under you in the order that they sign up. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, they have those affiliate links, and allegedly people have been building teams. And both of those things can't be true unless like you're just building your team now, and then maybe in future it will be evenly distributed based on the order you sign up. But see, that's part of the problem here, right? Is that it's not really explained to us. It's not explained to them. Even in the affiliate agreement, they didn't really explain that part. Like, I still have no clue how they're doing it. But no matter how they do it, I really do not think that they've kept this straight. Definitely not since the beginning. I mean, it's only possible they could have since the affiliate link, really. I bet they lose all their persistent data every time Ash's debit card fails to pay the Amazon Web Services bill each month. Maybe. Marty and Chris raise their hands in response to Ash asking if they've made money more from O-Connect than they've spent on it. Yeah. We'll see.
Absolutely love praying for people. Wow, I had a good night's sleep last night. I spent all day with my son and the grandkids and his wife. Plan on doing that a little later today.
Did you,
though? A lot of fun. I don't know how to explain my excitement about just being able to do things, that freedom that we always talk about. I was just watching a couple of things about how there's great people in this world that push people above themselves. And I'm using an example like coaches. There's great coaches that never played the sport of football or baseball or soccer.
Right, Mordecai. That's why I mean, like, I don't think that they've actually kept track. And the only way that they would have been able to is through the affiliate links, and shit's gone down with that too. So I don't know. I really don't think, like, there's people like Gersminder and Michael Williams, for example, that think that they're going to get teams of like 2,000 people underneath them. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what's going to happen is a lot of those people will have been lost over the years. You know, because you have to think people have technically been signing up underneath them on and off since 2019. Right? Like, they've allegedly been building their teams as O-Founder early birds since they first started buying in at $97 or even at $25, which it used to be at one point. Oh yeah, there's some of these people only paid $25. So, like, since then, I doubt that Ash is keeping track of it at all anywhere, and they're probably not even keeping track of it for themselves. You know, because they're not taught how to do any of that stuff over here.
And these coaches went on to create major players in all their teams.
Yeah, Red could ask people to do that, and if Red did that, then that might help him. I doubt that people have been doing this. And honestly, there should have been a way for Ash and Onpassive to keep track of all of that the whole time. Usually, like, that's out of the hands of the distributor. I mean, some of them probably still do keep Excel lists of their downlines, but usually the company is the one that's kind of like controlling, keeping track of all that. And that's the thing, is that Onpassive says that they're going to be a company like all the other MLMs and do these things, but do they? Do they?
Adjusting them, helping them, tweaking them to become the great players they are today. And that's kind of like what Onpassive is. Because I'm going to be straight up honest with you. This is the truth. I'll use me as an example. No way in my back scratcher, instead of using a bad word, would I be able to start a global company. Now, watching what Ash is having to go through, I'm glad I never tried to start a global company. Had small business here and there, but never really understood the key to reaching out to the entire globe. Now, through the internet, we're able to do that. And I'm going to talk to my son real quick.
What? I feel like I'm in the year 2000 right now. I haven't heard somebody be like, with the internet, we've been able to do this in like 20 fucking years, dude. We know. We're aware of what the internet can do. Most of the people that you'd be talking to probably grew up with it. Right? Because you want to get 18 and 19-year-olds in this scam, you were saying? You know, there's now generations after my generation. My generation was really the last one to grow up without any internet. And I was born in 86. Generations after mine, they kind of always had the internet. You know, people born in the 90s and after, they kind of always would remember a time with the internet. They wouldn't remember a time before it. So it's just so weird to hear that expression. Like, the way they talk about the internet, it's like it was just invented yesterday.
Yeah, we have YouTube.
The products they have too, you would think that they just realized that the fucking internet was in existence yesterday.
He's got a YouTube. He's trying to build it up. Anyone out there, YouTube is a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. We do it. I remember fighting Marty. I don't want a YouTube. He'll tell you that. And then my brother Bill must help me out. And Ash says, no, you got to have your YouTube. It was like yesterday. All right, I'll do it. Stop. And it was pretty cool. And I said, well, I don't really want to earn money. And I said, you know what? I'll earn the money, but I'll just give it away. And that turned into Seeds Academy. Over $40,000 donated from all the founders. And it was amazing. And other people. We helped out a lot of people in a few months. And then we're talking about Bless.
Okay.
People ask me all the time, can you do a GoFundMe for? I don't want to do a GoFundMe for anybody. I'm waiting for Bless to come. If you'd like to do a GoFundMe for your individual, do it. That's okay.
So Chris won't be helping anyone anytime soon then. Maybe Chris won't be helping anyone in his lifetime.
But me, I'm Mr. Bless. I want to represent. Listen, I worked for Ford for 32 years. I drove a Ford for 32 years.
We get it.
This RV is Ford made. I'm dedicated into the company that I work for. All right.
You hated them. What do you mean, Chris? You literally talk smack on them. If you're dedicated to them, I wouldn't come out here then and be all like, oh, Ford ripped me off, forcing me to work for them for years. And all I got out of it was this stinking pension. Like, you are so back and forth. You need to figure out how you feel about things. You're a grown man.
I want to use Connect, which I do. Mail, Trim, Net, Tracker. All this stuff's coming. I want to use it. I see people out there teaching different ways how to do things. I'm waiting for my Onpassive products to come on so I can create things like to put on my YouTube. You guys understand all the tools that we have that's going to help you build?
Chris, you could do a whole tutorial for Connect. You've been able to do that for months and you still haven't done one.
Your company, your Onpassive company, that's what he's done. He didn't make products so, okay, here you go. He made them so you could enhance your life, make it easier, make it better. All right. Listen, he basically handed us the tools, the right tools to do all this stuff. We'll have people say, blah, blah. I don't care about the people that says blah, blah, blah.
Maybe he was stoned.
You mean nothing to me. I pray for you, but when it comes to this company, I take it personal because I know what it's going to do for me and my family. I know what it's going to do for my son and his wife and kids. I know what it's going to do for Marty's family. And you have all heard his struggles. Redford, I know what's going to do for them. All the founders that reach out say, Chris, I'm in trouble. I need help. I know what it's going to do for you.
Wow.
Okay? And I keep saying, wait a little bit longer. Something's going to pop. Something's going to pop. That balloon, the air is this big in that balloon right now. That balloon's ready to go. All right. I don't know the future. Nobody does. But I know because of Onpassive that my future's looking pretty bright. Can I tell you exactly what? No, nobody can.
Okay.
But it's actually, it's a fun thing to do. Now, I was talking to Marty and Red this morning about, I
imagine if you could plan your future though, because you knew what income was coming in. Wouldn't that be amazing? And you actually knew for sure it wasn't just like a FOMO.
They had to pay nothing. And I love that. I mean, I paid something to get it going. $143, period. All right, 97 was given back. We all know that stuff. Other people, I'm talking to other people now. I've never had to come out of my pocket anymore.
Okay.
People say, oh, you're getting ripped. No, we're not, because we're getting a free product. We're getting a free $1 trillion product to use every.
The time you have wasted in this company, you will never get back. How many hours have you wasted on webinars, Chris? Ask yourself that.
Single day. All right, until everything's worked out. He didn't say, guys, I got to stop the assembly line here. We got some issues. We got to get it worked out before we turn connect back on. He never done that. He said, no, keep playing. We're going to work around you guys. We're going to work with you guys. Beta testing. That's exactly what we've been doing. But if you think about it, when all this goes down, you're going to think about all the things that we went through together. The journey is very important. I'm sure the Ford family have got stories we've never heard about that has been passed down from William Ford to all his sons, grandsons, great-great-great-sons, and they could pass those on and keep going. I mean,
he never paid anyone in coins.
The Fords have got a hell of a story. Cars, global company. Can you imagine listen, the inside stories to Onpassive. You're going to have stories to tell that 100 years from now, after you're long gone and dead, and you will be, unless Ash Mufareh comes up with something to live you a little longer.
Yeah, the med beds.
Right?
The med beds that prolong your life. Like, wait, shut up, Chris.
You're going to have stories to pass down. And the stories about, remember that?
I sat on Onpassive webinars for 40 years, 8 hours a day. We almost went homeless 15 times just so that you, grandchild, will be able to use Bless finally. Aren't you proud of your grandmama? Yeah, I'm sure that we'll be telling stories like that.
Those two big fat guys, well, only one of them's fat now, who got on there every day and they talked about Onpassive and how great it's going to be, and they're living it. Your great grandkids are going to be living off what you had faith in.
Louisiana says Chris could have skipped buying the RV and blessed all sorts of people. Just saying. I mean, yeah, that was a pricey RV. It was pricey. Wondering how he paid, Alp, good to see you. Alp says, Ash is just so amazing. He's the best IT person in the world, and he's the world's best doctor, and he's the world's greatest financial mind. And it's all just one dude. It's spectacular and special, like they said. It's special. Special and powerful.
Believed in. And like I said, there's a lot of people that don't have faith or belief, and I believe in it. There's too much that's been done for it not to happen. But I also know when it's this big, things break sometimes. And they got to fix it. And that's what they're doing, but they're not stopping nothing. If Ash Mufareh called me and said, Chris, we can't do Connect because there's things that we got to fix up. I'd understand it, but he's never done that. Turn on my alarm. It's going to beep a little bit. Ash Mufareh has done things.
Even his fucking,
See that?
Even his fucking watch is trying to tell him to stop. Okay? It's a sign, Chris. It's a sign from God. Just like when God got Jesus to push you down the stairs. All right, it's time to wake up.
I said Ash, and now it's getting hot in here. See how that works? There it goes. Ash Mufareh has done things that no one else has done, and people can't believe it. That's the.
Chris will tell his grandkids, there used to be this guy named Ash Mufareh. He's in prison now. But he had this dream that was never realized. The dream of AI. And they're like, you mean like AI like we use every day, Dad? Grandpa? Yeah. Just like that. You know, Ash wanted to invent that. He was just 35 years too late.
The greatest thing for me. What is there not to believe? What is there not to believe? This guy has done something no one else is going to do. No one else is ever going to do. Why? Because he wants to stay 10 years ahead of everybody.
What am I jealous of? I don't think anyone's watching Ash Mufareh going, I am really jealous. I really wish that I could rip off over 800,000 people for $108 million and then get sued for it. It's just string people along for 5 years and have them worship me like a god. I'd be very uncomfortable. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
AI, right? We know about AI now. Some of us didn't have a clue. What's the next big thing? We don't know, but I guarantee you Ash Mufareh is going to be part of it.
I'm jealous of his big head of hair and the head that they keep on photoshopping onto other people's bodies.
Probably partnered with a lot of other big heads. And it's going to be crazy.
Big head.
Marty, I'm seeing all kind of funny message in here. And the message, what's going on? But I love the guy for what he's done. I sent him pictures of my...
Problem is, that's the problem. If he doesn't want to get sued, he should go into politics.
My grandkids yesterday. They instantly respond, oh my God, they're so beautiful. All right, I know they're beautiful, but I didn't expect him to answer that fast, and he did. His spirits are so far up there. You're going to need to get in a jet plane and fly as high as you can to see where he's actually right now. What does that tell us? That something big must be coming. He's too excited. He's crazy excited, like we are. That's what I want you all to feel. Crazy excited. But
they have to have something to be crazy excited for. Let's be honest. Onpassive hasn't been giving them much lately to be crazy excited about. Like, are they supposed to every time? Are they supposed to be like Red and be like, oh my God, guys, the website has purple on it. It's fucking amazing. I fucking love it. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait until they make the website blue. Oh my God. But purple is my favorite color. I'm just super, super duper excited that they made it purple. And it moves in circles. That's right. It transitions. Those little circles. It's so cute. Oh my God. Check out the new feature on OConnect. Look at this background. I am so excited about the backgrounds on OConnect. I just can't contain myself. Oh my God. It's so exciting. How do I contain myself? How do I contain myself from sharing files on OConnect? It's so exciting. Like, what are they supposed to be excited about? Literally nothing. Nothing is happening. I love that I just sit around waiting. I know I was supposed to get paid in September. I'm just super pumped. I'm super pumped that we're going to get another extension and I won't get paid for another 10 days. It's really looking up for us. I'm so excited. Like, come on.
What Onpassive is about. Creating dreams. Listen, Delisa was saying here a minute ago, I'm a dream chaser. You're going to catch those dreams.
When?
You're going to catch those dreams. That's the greatest thing about it. Everyone's texting me. You're going to catch your dreams and you're going to live them. Not on day one. Come on. Day one, you're going to be fired up because you know what's happening. Think about it. Day one, when Ash Mufareh says, withdrawals are now happening, we're going to bring out O-Tracker and follow the products. You ain't seen excitement yet.
He's
You
doing
haven't felt it yet, but
he's really blending in with the chair lately. Like, he has become one with that chair. We no longer know where the chair ends and Marty begins, or where Marty ends and the chair begins. It's just his head and a big giant blob.
you will, I promise you that. This is because one guy. And I say one guy can't change the world, but there's been a lot of men and women.
Louisiana's jealous. She says she really wants the SEC to know the name, you know?
That have changed the world for the better for all of us. I can use Mr. Ford. I can use Mr. Ford because I worked for them for 32 years. Did he
that was my fucking alarm. It would already have been smashed by now.
change many lives? Woo! Did he create a big
wall.
network? Yes, he did. That was one guy. He definitely changed things. Chris Johnson got a job at Mazda Motors and Ford Motor Company back in 1987 in November. And I was never so stoked because I'm not kidding you, I didn't want to work in a factory. I was done working in factories. Didn't like it.
Stop the
I hated
alarm!
it, but I did it for 32 years.
Stop
and
it!
then Ash Mufareh comes along and says, hey, man, I got a better way.
You stop that right now!
Walt Disney. He didn't have that imagination. Did it stop him? You've heard all these. Michael Jordan is...
I mean, Ash can make up lies like Walt Disney can make up stories. Ash is also racist. So, you know, he might have something there.
Because high school coach cut him, you ain't good enough. You are going to succeed the more you fail. Because when you fail, you find out what your weaknesses are and what you need to strengthen them up. Ash Mufareh has kept us all strengthened up. He says, all right, just let me do this.
Had so many failures. I don't know if that's flex. Is that a flex, Chris? What the hell?
Hey, do you realize the turmoil the founders have put this guy through? He's got enough to deal with. But yet he wants to be transparent with us, which is great. But think about it, he really could have done this by himself. He didn't have to worry about people saying this or saying that, or people going. The people that are going against Ash are going to feel so silly very soon. They really are. Why?
Also, like, if he doesn't know what they are by now, he doesn't really have the right to, like, start a company, tell a bunch of people to pay him a bunch of money to, like, start figuring that shit out, you know? Like, go handle your fucking business for free on your own. Pay for it out of your own fucking pocket. By the way, I didn't see therapy on that list of things that he bought with the $108 million. Maybe that could have helped. I'm just saying. Because
we all know it's going to work. We all seen what it does. It's going to work. And it's just going to keep flying and flying. Listen, unlimited success. Unlimited, listen to this mouth, because this mouth, they haven't even started yet when this gets going. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, Red's coming on at 1 o'clock for Monday Fun Day. It's
because he's so fucking excited. He just can't contain himself. The website is purple. They have a new feature. You can share a file. There's virtual backgrounds. It's insanity. Allegedly, you really have to scream to, like, portray the emotion of excitement.
Just text me. I almost forgot about that. Red will be at 1 o'clock.
Just so excited.
EDT, whatever that is. But I'm excited. I hope you're excited.
Right? It's like, I think we found that out in year 1. You know, of GDI Fusion. Like, before Ashmax and Onpassive. Like, maybe he just should have stopped there. That probably would have been better for everyone.
I'm where I want to be right now, and I'm not going to lie. I so miss my bed. I like sleeping in this because it's fun. Today I woke up to some weird birds I never heard before. It's pretty cool because I'm like in the little of a my heavenly Kentucky paradise right here in this campground. Don't you want to look out a different window? I looked out. My bed's got a window by it, and I'm just looking out there like this. Oh, it's so nice to see a different view.
So weird.
Every day I want to be going, oh, it's so... Listen, if I'm going to be in a different state for the rest of my life every single day...
Allegedly, now you can share a file. Allegedly, now you can. You can share all kinds of files, they claim.
It's pretty cool. And then out of the country,
I have heard people have had a lot of trouble while trying to share files, but we don't talk about that. That's wrinkles. All right, we put some anti-aging wrinkle cream on that shit.
Listen, just think about it. Think about it for 5 minutes. Something you really wanted to do, but you knew
Ash is texting Chris to shut up so he can join.
Probably is never going to happen. Everyone's got one of those things. I don't care if it's fishing, if you're a hunter, if you just like sitting looking at birds through binoculars.
It is true. Probably a good portion of people here have hearing aids. Chris just wants to make sure everyone can hear, you know? He knows that they don't have the translator, right? Nobody is, translating it for deaf people, doing sign language. So he just wants to make sure everyone can hear him. So he just screams at us very loudly the whole time. Chris waking up to a different empty apple tree every morning. I mean, technically, if he's like traveling around, he is waking up every morning somewhere else. I don't know why he's surprised he heard birds that are different.
Swimming, buying real estate, looking at property, going to see things that you only saw on TV or the internet. This is all going to start happening. And I keep telling you, you got to practice. Practice in your mind. Get your mind right. Get your mind right for success, because that's where this guy Ash Mufareh is taking us to. Don't listen to people that say it ain't ever going to happen, because they don't have a freaking clue what's going on. I know what's going on. Marty knows what's going on. And we're not out here crying, are we? We're out here.
So right now you do know what's going on. Because then when people ask you questions, then all of a sudden you say that you don't know what's going on. So I'm just trying to establish you do know what's going on at all times in this scam then. You are well aware of it. You're okay with it ethically and morally. You're game on, right? Remember that then.
Trying to show you what exactly is going to go down. Now, Marty speaks from the crazy heart. I speak with excitement. Red tells it as it is. And we got a lot of people out there doing things. What is driving, let's say, what is driving me, Marty, Red, Julie, Michael?
Stop going there!
Stop going there.
Chris needs to stop going there. And he needs to stop bringing up Ford. Because now today he likes Ford. And it's like the last 6 times he's brought them up, he was mad at them. So, like, does anyone in Onpassive know what they feel?
Charles Osong, Peter Shore, Robin Noble, Michael Williams. Just think of those people. What's driving us to get out every week and talk about Onpassive?
FOMO!
What's driving Dr. Susan or Professor Susan from joining this company? Or Muhammad Nazel and the other people, what I call the other professor that he hired that used to teach Ash.
Lies, manipulation, and money, and FOMO.
What drove them to come to Onpassive?
Lies and manipulation.
Think about that. What drove them to come to Onpassive? What drove Muhammad Kamal to quit his job and come work from Onpassive? You got to ask yourself that question.
Money. You see, he was given a real position in the company. Yeah, Muhammad Kamal and Dr. Susan, they're getting paid. Yeah, they have a paycheck.
You have to. Doctors, lawyers, scientists, engineers are in Onpassive. People that can't see, people that can't hear, people that are paralyzed are in Onpassive.
I mean, Dr. Susan is supposed to be like the head of O Media. She's in the books. Muhammad Kamal is allegedly the CMO. Some ways he's going to be listed as the CEO. And so is Dr. Susan, known as the CEO of O Media specifically. Just say it. Just say it. So they're in the books. They have a position. Ash got smart. He was like, I actually have to give people positions. I can't fuck up like I did with my wife again and not give her a position and then just transfer a bunch of money. So no, they have positions. So they're in there for paychecks. They're getting paid for that.
Fat guys, skinny guys, little guys, big guys, good looking, ugly, are in Onpassive. What's driving them to come here? The success. None of us could listen. Marty, what keeps telling me I hate when he says it. I was online for 20 years. I didn't make these. What he says, I never made a dime. He might have been successful in some things, but where's he at today? He's in Onpassive because he knows. What'd you say? This I've been looking for this my whole life.
I know, because Marty's been looking for it his whole life, right? He has been. That's not a lie. Marty has been MLM shopping his entire life to show up at the right place at the right time, to join at the very beginning, because he realized that you have to be at the very top, in the top 1% in order to make money. And as I have stated in the past lots of times, even before I ever covered Onpassive, when you're in MLMs for a little while, you figure out how it actually works. And you go, oh, I got to be one of the first people to sign up in order to actually make the money here. So if you decide to stay in that business model because you don't care about the ethics and you maybe have looser morals, you start looking for an MLM that's about to start. I've even told the story of how a bunch of the girls that were my uplines at It Works actually moved to Modere. Why? Because it was just starting out. They couldn't make any more money in It Works. Because eventually you kind of hit a peak. Okay, where kind of where you are in the pyramid, it's like it stops moving up. Because eventually the customers slow down, even if there is a big, huge influx of people that want the product. And when that happens, everything just kind of stays. And most of the people are left not making livable wages, or even what you would consider like part-time work wage. But you're doing the work as if you're in a full-time job, trying to promote it every day. So a lot of people tend to wake up then, and then they leave. They go, yeah, no, this isn't for me. I'm working my ass off, and I'm getting very little payoff. I'm not doing this anymore. They realize that that's all it's going to be. But people like Marty go, all right, I'm going to go and find one that's just starting out. And it worked out for all of you well because you all knew Ash, right? You knew him from his past endeavors that you were also a part of. So he basically came and recruited you. Told you guys that all you'd have to do is promote it. That's why he made Chris get a YouTube channel. He just wanted your guys' help to promote it and get people to come. Bring the people to me, he said. That's basically the deal I think you guys were given. You do that, you keep promoting for me every day, doing these webinars, and I'll take care of you.
My whole life I've been looking.
Hi, Sherry.
I mean, my life, 58 years old. I said, all right, that's it. I'm retired. We're going to live a little and die. I mean, I want to live. I don't know about you. All the crap I've gone through the last couple minutes, I ain't stopping. This company is going to take you through the roof and keep going into the stars. Ash Mufareh has got a big, big plan for all of us. You just don't know yet. Marty,
I don't know if that would have come from the $108 million or if some of that is also coming from the O-Connect payments, right?
I'm done. Back to you.
I just want to thank God that you didn't have anything because if you did, I don't know what would have happened. Anyway, he's fired up. He does speak from the heart. He's my little brother. I can call him names. You can't. Just kidding. But the main thing is we got to cover. You cannot outrun, outthink, out anything Onpassive. Use it for everything it has. We have one life. What are we, 70, 80 years old, and we leave? Do what you can. Onpassive is that place where you can fly like an eagle. Do it. Everybody has gifts.
Every place that you were in before Onpassive was also that place, wasn't it, Marty? We got to take a little trip into Marty's past soon.
Maybe they don't know it. Well, I'm meeting people every day now, talking to more and more people that are coming out.
I can outrun Marty.
We have a lot of diamonds out there, diamonds in the rough.
I bet you everyone here could. I'm just saying. Even my husband could. He has a very, very bad back. He can't run distances, but I think he'd be able to do it too.
They have many ideas. They have passions. They write books. We have everybody.
Again, though, like, what would the book about Onpassive be? And then we waited. And waited. and waited. I mean, do it up. Maybe I should start writing some anti-Onpassive books. I've already written poetry and songs, so, it would just be the next step, really.
From every field here. But I'm telling you something that you're going to look back on. I don't care about if you have all the money in the world. What you're going to look back on is say, I was in the journey. That would be one of the biggest gifts you ever had. I know maybe you don't see it now, but I'm telling you, I do a lot of looking at people that are later on in life, and they go back to journeys in their life. Getting to where they want to go was as important as getting there. So cherish what we have. We all get.
But those journeys actually paid off, like in personal development or financially, or in some other way that made you feel successful. Like, this one's not paying off in any way, shape, or form, and probably won't anytime soon in the future. So it's not the same. You can't compare it. Compare this to all your other MLM scams, Marty. Do that. It's more like the book on the Onpassive scam, the never-ending story.
Listen, we're getting no connect for free, okay? I keep looking outside for police because I think we're going to get arrested. No,
I
it's
used to
free.
love that.
Who the heck are we kidding? So, and while we're going through this, we're all talking. Because we're animals that have to socialize. No doubt about it. We found out during the pandemic. They might shut us in, but man, that's when this.
You only found out during the pandemic? I think people have always been social creatures. We definitely knew it before the pandemic. I took the pandemic as a break.
Video conferencing blew up. And obviously we were taken advantage of by some of the big boys, but they're going to find out there's a new place. Anyway, I do have something I want to say that you might be interested in.
You really did miss an opportunity, didn't you, Marty? Does that piss you off at all? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about the fact that this thing's been going since 2018, actively since like 2019, and you still didn't get this video conferencing app ready for COVID times? Maybe then you could have gone viral. But I feel like right now it's not going to happen, and I don't even feel like that's just because of Onpassive. I feel like any company right now that's trying to make a new video conferencing app is kind of in this weird mourning period after COVID, where like everyone needed an app to do that. So they went and they found the apps that they were going to use, right? They secured it. They trust these apps. They're already using them. Now they've been using them for about 4 or 5 years, So why would they switch? And that's kind of what I keep saying. Like, what about Onpassive and OConnect is going to make someone in that position go, I'm going to change my mind about what I've already been using and know and trust for the last like 4 or 5 years, right? And I'm going to go and choose this new thing. Like, I think it would be more difficult for probably any company right now to try to release that. And then the fact that Onpassive isn't even up to par with the other stuff that's on the market just kind of adds to the issues, right? Like, that's why I keep saying that if you were going to do this, you really did have to have some major selling point. Like, one fabulous thing that this app could do that none of the others could do, and for cheaper, if anything. And it's not cheaper, by the way. So, again, you failed at all fronts. And you missed an opportunity where maybe this could have gone viral. You could have kind of ridden the coattails of all those other ones, I feel like that was a missed opportunity. And honestly, if Ash really was as great as you guys all say he is, he would have seen that opportunity coming. He would have hurried things up and he would have gotten it out in time. There were other companies that did. So, just take that with a grain of salt, I guess, Marty and Chris.
Somebody knocked on the door here in Restream. and I opened it, and you won't believe who popped in. Mr.
Oh my God! Wow, it's Ash Mufareh! Oh my God, it's Ash! He's so famous! I can't believe he's here! Like, he's there every week. All right, like, it's not funny anymore. We've done this bit, like, literally for fucking months straight. Every single time he comes, we do a bit like this. Like, oh my God, I didn't know he was coming. It's so crazy that Ash just showed up like this. Oh my. In the meantime, while this is live, they've entitled it that Ash would be a special guest. They're doing a special where he would be a special guest. But, you know, we're supposed to be like, oh my God, it's him. Who knew? And it's old. All right? It's older than all three of you on the webinar right now. We're over it. Stop with the bit. Just stop. It was rough during the pandemic with Zoom costing $5,000 a month. Everyone lost their homes and their jobs. It wasn't because of the pandemic. It was because we're all paying so much for fucking Zoom. Okay, that's what was really going on here. Somebody pinch me, I'm dreaming. No, it's amazing. Remember when everyone had Ash Mufareh mania? Neither do I. Dude, I'm not even old enough for Beatles mania. I remember Backstreet Boy mania. Does that count? Oh my God, it's him. Praise be. Blessed be. You know? Like, they really do need to stop with the bit, though. I'm getting really fucking fed up of every single time he comes on, them being like, it's so amazing. We didn't know he'd be able to make it. Like, just stop.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Although I guess when he didn't show up for them for 2 weeks in a row, maybe this time we should allow them to be excited that he did appear.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Oh, very good.
Crystal clear.
Well, hello, everyone.
Zoom actually did go viral. There was a bunch of video conferencing apps that were kind of just like coursing, you know, before the pandemic happened. And then when the pandemic happened, they kind of blew up, and Zoom was one of them. So it's funny that, and even they used Zoom at the time, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there, that's what they used. They were even on Zoom for their webinars, you know? So they missed a complete opportunity with that, really. And Ash should have been ready. I mean, you know, he had already been going for a couple of years. He could have had this thing going by 2020. I yearn for the day we see a 10,000 strong O Connect call with each O founder making fart resounds from Bangladesh. That will probably happen.
Fantastic day.
In another
or
10,000.
evening if you're way east. This is Chris Johnson in Kentucky. With all that intelligence, can you imagine him in Michigan? Oh boy.
Kentucky?
I like how you said Kentucky. Say that again.
I really don't have much to add to.
He just ignores him.
That was incredible. I like it.
Jesus Christ. Ash can always dish it out, but he can't take it, right? Like, he rags on Marty and Chris, and even Red sometimes. He'll rag on them. And then when he says Kentucky wrong, then Chris kind of like tries to do the playful back and forth, because they kind of have a relationship like that. Sometimes it goes awry, and you can like tell that Marty and Chris are actually pissing each other off, and then it's really, really funny. But for the most part, they all kind of poke fun at each other and joke around a bit, right? So I feel like Chris was trying to do that with Ash just now, you know? He's like, ooh, I liked how you said that. Say that again, and he was going to kind of rag on him. But Ash didn't say it again. He just ignores him completely and then just gets right into it. And then you can almost see, like, Chris's face go from being this happy, joking around guy to just the color leaving. and all the happiness and the excitement that he just pumped us up for like half an hour just leaves his entire face. Watch it again.
Somebody knocked on the door here in Restream, and I opened it, and you won't believe who popped in. Mr.
Oh my God. Hey, what's up, brother?
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Absolutely.
very good.
Crystal clear.
Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day or evening if you're way east.
I am, thank
This
you.
is Chris Johnson in Kentucky. With all that intelligence, can you imagine him in Michigan? Oh boy.
I like how you
Right
said
here.
Kentucky. Say that again.
I really don't have much to add to what you said. That was incredible. I like it.
You
basically
realize
covered
it.
everything. Not only that.
Do you see it? He was like, oh, we're not doing the back and forth. All right, just leave me hanging like that, Ash. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Connect is basically a giveaway free.
Maybe we should shut up,
if we do the
Louisiana.
math, it's been
Maybe I'm giving him
roughly a
ideas.
year since you've been enjoying that. With the evolution, obviously, a ton of enhancement. As we witnessed, it's better every day. And I don't know about you, but I know some people, personal
Every day. Yeah.
connections, that they actually made more money that they put in Connect.
With Onpassive? They've made more money with Onpassive OConnect than they put into OConnect?
So even if they put one-time payment, but it took one sale to get that payment back for the entire year, and they were passionate about it, and they made commissions. Anybody knows anybody here from all of the two of you here? You made more money in OConnect than you paid for.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? So you two are making more money off OConnect than you've paid for OConnect, while everyone else is sitting around waiting for their commissions to get paid to them after they've paid for OConnect? What money have you guys been making? Hey, I'm just wondering. Raise his hands before he hears the question, right? It was a very stressed situation where they had to raise their hands. If they didn't raise their hand, then they would make Ash look stupid again. They've already made fun of him for saying Kentucky. All right, so, we got to watch ourselves. But I'm like, what money have you made? I mean, technically, I guess if they consider streaming on YouTube with OConnect, the AdSense making money, then yeah, probably. But it's just a little bit bizarre, don't you think?
They were passionate about it, and they made commissions. Anybody knows anybody here from all of the two of you here? You made more money in OConnect than you paid for. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. Benny says that's what I thought. It's like, yeah, because you planned this. It looks like. Just saying.
We are so proud that we're doing it that way, because it doesn't have to be all the way
right.
all
it's
the
like
times.
But how long are you going to be doing it that way? Like, let's say that everyone did get their commission checks right now. What would have happened if people did get their commission checks when they were owed? Let's just play a little game, What would have happened is they all bought OConnect for a deal. Remember that. They didn't pay the whole thing. So they paid $143 instead of the $250, right? And that was considered a deal. So they would have been paid $143 in commissions. And then they would have owed money for OConnect the next time. So they would have had to ensure that they were getting people underneath them. Ash has been stating for ages that you only need 3 people underneath you, which is, again, a lie. unless you ensure that you have 3 people underneath you, but it's really 4 or 5 that are paying for OConnect. Right? It's not sustainable. And by now, all right, by April, right? Because they would have got their first check in September. We're pretending like it happened how it was supposed to right now. By now, they would have all been in trouble. Scrambling, trying to figure out how to pay for it again. Right? Because they're only getting 25% commission after the first time. Right? And as of right now, Louisiana, nobody's gotten their commissions. Still waiting. They were told that the hold was coming off by the end of this month. Right? That's what they were told. Chris Dudley bought this $150,000 RV right after the September launch. Yes. Yep. And he makes weird statements like it's because of Onpassive that I'm able to go on this trip. And I'm like, not if you bought your RV. Like, what about them? Like, pushed you? Like, I don't understand. Someone needs to tell Chris and Marty Ocoin has no monetary value. I believe they know. The walk of shame Chris and Marty just did. Yep.
About just a few are winning.
Just a
Why
few.
not giving a chance to everybody to win? So
Yeah.
I'm proud we're doing it that way. There is a better way. I do like conventional ways, and in some areas in our
So basically, Marty and Chris are making more than they've paid for OConnect, but nobody else is. So you are doing it the way you claim you don't want to do it. Ash, like, hello.
life. Don't take me wrong, Chris and everyone. Yeah, but there's certain things definitely could be done in a better
Right? There's people watching going, why have they have made more money? I haven't made more money than I've paid for OConnect. What the fuck? And it's basically everyone else. Like, everyone else is sitting there like, what? Paying people would have been a better way, just saying. It would have been the more honest way. I mean, it's always better to pay people when you're supposed to pay them what they're owed, right?
way. Since you mentioned, oh, bless and all of that, perhaps with the intelligence, with technology in today's life, we could definitely.
They're just prolonging it, basically. Because again, it might go all right for the first few months of people getting commissions. And then after that, they're going to have to start paying out of pocket again. And then they're just all going to be right back in the same position complaining.
We could definitely provide a better opportunity to everyone in a more systematic, fair way. And I like that. As a matter of fact, Saturday, I was
Saturday.
with a friend of mine. He's
Where are
a
you?
good brother. Okay, running for Congress, and his
Oh, no.
what made me go and see him
Oh, no.
is because his main
Oh, Lord.
pledge is to work on homelessness and provide better housing for those who are in need.
Ash, you've already promised that you were going to give poor people generational wealth and that you were going to build water filtration systems for people that did not have access to clean water. Okay? You dropped the we're going to save the homeless thing for a while. And I've liked having a break from it, Ash. It's been nice for me to not have to worry about all the homeless people. Because you're not helping the homeless people, right? The last time you tried to help homeless people, you signed 2 of them up to have fucking Onpassive. And then what? Now they have to pay for OConnect? How is that helping anyone? You know? Don't go back. Don't go back. Don't do it again. Please.
And oh boy, did I get some, I would say, explosive statistics that are really disappointing in a way and shocking in many ways.
Ash just figured out that we're in a housing crisis, and he's shocked. He's like, oh my God, really?
Perhaps if you look up the statistics on Google, they're just going to tell you the people.
Don't you dare look up anything on Google, Ash. Don't you know that Google is just a search engine and not a truth engine? Marty's going to be pissed at you.
Who suffered some homelessness, maybe in the book, through the HUD, which is the Housing and Urban Development Department. It's run by a sleepy guy, and and the fact is the numbers are way more staggering than that, because not everybody is registered in the system. So
Violet says, well, his two best friends live in an RV and a boat. Maybe you should have known before, you know? He'll have to use Bing. Yes, use Bing instead. Military products are selling well now. Maybe drones?
There are people who actually sleep in the car. There are people who use friends and family and all of that. Allegedly, there could be somewhere around.
Yeah, here in Canada, if you sleep with friends and family, by the way, and you're sleeping on people's couches, you're not considered homeless. You have to be going to homeless shelters or sleeping on the street to be considered homeless. I know I went through it as a teenager.
7 million people in America alone who suffer homelessness one way or another. And this is probably discouraging in a way, but what's more discouraging is that we have.
It also doesn't count if you pay for motels, which is something else that I've had to do in my life. Unfortunately, in my adult life, is live in motels. That's also not considered being homeless.
Have solutions if we
even if you're doing it nightly, like driving around, you're living in your truck and you're driving around trying to find a place to live. Yeah, no, done that, been there, done that. Not considered homeless. Cannot get resources for being homeless in that situation in Canada.
Have the will. I'll give you an example. Just a couple of days ago, the same Congress approved over $90 billion.
Here in the US, if you have teenagers sleep on your couch, you get to stay rent-free some other place, and they don't count you as homeless.
In military aids to 3 crazy regimes, okay, that we have no return on that. They're just going out from our hard-earned money, from our taxes, without our permission, to fund wars that will kill people regardless.
What?
There's no justification for that. And here is a big number that it takes $28 billion to solve homelessness permanently in America. Everybody would have a home and no starvation. So 2 in 1, it takes $28 billion when we just sent out.
It actually still won't stop homelessness. Unfortunately, there are other factors than just not having a home that can make people homeless.
$90 billion or over that. To one country, it was $60 billion. One country. Or one army, for a better word. Not even, I mean, the country is not going to benefit. The army is just going to get more fire to kill more people. That's what it is. So think about that. There is a solution. Instead of going to the wrong cause, the same money we could overpay and triple pay for a chronic problem that we have, and what it draws behind it with crime, low education, security, safety, all of that. So I agree with you. There are things we could do better, and that's what we strive for. And
Ash didn't learn a thing. He has no clue how it works. He obviously doesn't understand how funds are allocated by the government to different areas and how all that works. He doesn't know shit. He's just talking out his ass again.
make no mistake, we will make a big slash on that. We will make, or splash. We will make it. Why?
It's true, Mordecai, that our research shows that giving money to poor people didn't improve their state in the long run, because there's other factors, and just giving money doesn't help, because you would also have to teach them how to properly spend that money, how to budget. All right. There's other things that can come into play, even mental health. Some people, when they're manic, they go shopping, or they spend a lot of money on frivolous things that they don't need. There's a lot of different factors that come into play. And unfortunately, it's never just as easy as, oh, there's a housing crisis, so let's buy a bunch of houses and give them to people. It doesn't work that way. Or, oh, let's fix homelessness. We just got to give a bunch of people homes. There's always a lot more that goes into it than that. It's kind of like a multi-dimensional problem where there's several different layers, several different factors, and there's several different things that would have to come into play, including ending systemic oppression as a whole, by the way, in order to completely eradicate homelessness, in order to completely eradicate even people being low income, and etc. Like, there's just so much that goes into it. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate. I wish it was just as easy as, oh, we just need $28 million and then we could fix the whole problem. Just do that. Bing, bang, boom. Just raise that amount of money. Buy people homes and homelessness is just eradicated. There, that was good. I wish. It's just, unfortunately, like with most issues, it's multidimensional. There's lots of different layers, lots of different factors, lots of different things that have to go into it. And Ash obviously doesn't understand that at all, which is too bad. I wish that he did take the time to maybe learn about that, because maybe he couldn't eradicate homelessness, but he definitely could help. He could help the situation, but it's like he promised these water filtration systems, and we haven't even gotten one of them. So I don't really, I don't have much hope. I don't have much hope in him. And it's too bad, because if we could get somebody to get this amount of power that actually did understand how these problems, all right. But, we've been trying to do it with politics for fucking ever, and we still haven't figured it out yet. So, it just might not happen in our lifetime. That's what's probably not going to happen in our lifetime. It's definitely not going to happen via Ash. 14 million people in Onpassive would be like the 4th largest army in the world. With Ash's superior tech, they could probably intervene and stop some of these conflicts by force. I mean, they could. I work 1 hour a day, 4 days, and Marty and Alonda preach to me they will make me miserable. I don't know why you're bringing up Alonda. I don't think she's preaching anything to you. $108 million can really help, the people in Papua New Guinea. PNG people, for sure. Like, do you know how many water filtration systems? All right? An expensive water filtration system is could cost $50,000. You have $108 million. So that's for a top of the line one, okay? $108 million could have built tons. Could have helped so many people. And if you're not willing to chip away at these problems, then I don't think that you're going to ever solve them as a whole. I'm just saying. Marty would be the epitome of an armchair general. Right? It's too bad because, a lot could get done to help the world. A lot could. If we had the money and power in the right place, and we could do that. It's just, unfortunately, with money and power, people seem to turn into sociopaths or psychopaths. I don't know. And this one, Ash Mufareh here, he was born a psychopath. So he's not going to be the one to help anyone. But he does know that if he sits out here and promises you that he's going to help change the world with his money, it sounds a lot better than if he sits here and says, I gotta pay for my kids' martial art lessons for next year, and I have to get my wife's hair done, and I need to buy some more crypto. Then you might not want to donate to Onpassive or be a part of Onpassive if he was honest about where he spent his money, right? Anyway, we're about halfway through this thing, luckily for us, so we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuck boy! No one fucks with my hose! The lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger's almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS, pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper, Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand.
get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger Condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach shrimp vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand.
Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger Condoms and Fantasia Foot Spray. Buy Tiny Digger Diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor. I'm glad that you're all caught up, Taylor. Just in time. Just in time.
Because we don't give up. And I don't think we're afraid of failure. We failed, okay? We make mistakes, but we don't give up. The fatal mistake that we can take is when you say, I quit, I no longer can try. That is a problem, okay? When you do that, it's over. But as long as you say, I'm on it, and with a good intention, you're going to persevere for sure.
Yeah, but do you have good intentions, sir? No.
And I think you're going to inspire the world in a very good way. That's what we're doing. In fact, I believe you have to fail forward. Without failing somehow, how are you going to know? How are you going to learn? How are you going to develop a thicker skin? So failing is necessary. I believe success is probably an accumulation of perpetual failing. You have to fail.
No one's failed as hard as you. Don't worry, Ash.
Once,
Yeah, fail forward.
One time, 2 times, whatever it takes until you progress to your target. I believe that's exactly what we did. That is the general talk. I just wanted to chime into what you said, but you said it beautifully, passionately. I respect that. And I love you, man. I love your family, of course. Okay. Here's the thing. You can have an evidence that the kids are beautiful because if you look at the parents.
What the hell? What is with this ugly kid thing? Give it up already.
Or the grandparents. Because some people claim they have beautiful kids, but you look at the parents. That's not true. There's a big gap. So
yeah, they probably blocked you, Joe. Chris's life is now complete. Ash said, I love you, man. And I love your family, he said.
And I'm concerned about the future in America because I see a lot of ugly people running around. And I said, oh boy, maybe. God help us. You know, they don't breed. They don't make kids because they're going to bring us some ugly kids. But hey, ugly sometimes. They're nerdy.
Maybe your kids are ugly. Okay, if they look like you.
They're good. They're intelligent. So
disclosure, Ash. Disclosure. Come on, disclosure.
disclaimer. Yes.
A
Okay.
disclaimer.
First of all, I'm not really going around here rating kids' appearances. I don't know if that's like a thing. Usually, like, kids are just cute as kids. And I don't know. I don't really rate them beyond that. Should I be? That seems weird to me. I don't know why these guys have such an obsession with like kids and babies being ugly. It's just so weird.
All right. Hey, gotta have a laugh. It's Monday. We're kicking off the week. Okay. But I think I want you to believe that as a result of not giving up and working hard and fighting hard for the great goals that we have, because we're made of gold, no doubt about that, and we're gonna win. Because of that, I am very, very eager to share some great news with you within the
Here we
next 10
go.
days. I want to say it quickly before you start like telling me what is it now, okay?
Wait, what is it now?
So, very much possible before the end of the month, within April, we're going to have a good breakthrough we've been waiting for. And the second one will be around if all goes well, mid-May. So within the next couple of weeks, I think it's highly recommended
Lord.
for you to stay tuned. And we're going to try to appear in those possible occasions where we can just keep you posted. But definitely, we are absolutely so positive, so confident that we will nail this one way or another. And luckily and fortunately, we kept the good stuff away from the public before they abuse it. We've learned from the past. Again, that was some failure. And how do we learn? Okay, to improve, because we went.
Is he talking about like keeping the offices off the website and away from the public? Like, what is he talking about?
Through that way. I take somebody who made a mistake and learn from that mistake, overcome over somebody who just had it easy, and it was just like a rosy way for them, and just there's
What?
no evidence or prove that they would conquer obstacles. You want somebody who
Okay.
really went through the tough.
I'm pretty sure that there is no business that has started that hasn't had to like conquer obstacles. Like all of them, you would have to conquer some obstacles no matter what industry.
Times to know that you can count on them in the in real life. Real life has obstacles, it has challenges, and that's the salt, that's the seed of success. Without that, it doesn't have any flavor. Do you imagine it's just
Wow.
that easy? No.
That was deep, Ash. That was so profound.
So I'm very blessed that
Look at him. He's just out here just planting seeds of success everywhere. He's going to grow a whole garden.
we went through what we went through. I don't in any way wish for an easier way. I just, ask God to help us evolve and grow and cultivate, more talent, more skills, so we can tolerate and endure more tough times as they appear and we encounter them. It will happen, definitely, but our promise is always to have the purest intention with total integrity and give people the best value we could. Just like Connect, we
I don't think he knows what integrity means. He keeps using integrity, but he doesn't have any.
we believe. Come on, it's a steal. There's no better word to put it in.
Oh, you're stealing, all right. You're right. There is no better word. You're stealing from all these people.
Not only that, it is giving us the evidence and the signal that we are onto something life-changing. If this is the start, if this is where we begin with all the challenges, I could imagine when the sky clears up a little bit and we're going to have a shiny day.
It's not Sesame Street.
you wish, if you want to touch up on anything else, but I'll send it back to you, brothers. Thank you.
Yeah, I was looking for that
Sunny days, sweeping the scams away.
applaud thing, but we don't have it.
With my friends in the naysayers, can you tell me how to kick Ash to the curb?
Yeah, what the heck. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Mufareh, for coming on. That was powerful
Is that
stuff.
fucking
Things
it?
coming.
Is that it? That's it? Like 10 minutes? I doubt it.
Like we've thought. I mean, everybody should know if you're tapped in that big things are coming. It's nice to hear it, but we've heard it. Everything shows it's coming, and people have to have patience. Like as
It's nice to hear. We've heard it. Wow.
said, nothing good comes out easy. Pressure makes diamonds. Pressure makes gold. Pressure makes Onpassive. It's that simple, and it's always been that way. I've been in companies that things came simple. Guess what? They're not on the planet
Easy
anymore.
come, easy go.
Yeah, they're gone. Like I said, 20 years. I've never been in a company that was around more than 9 months. No joke.
Hi,
No joke.
Agent. Agent says Chris asks him something now, and Ash prepares to make an excuse.
No matter how great it looked, how promising, gone. So when I find something like Onpassive, like I said,
Well,
I put a
dinosaurs,
flag.
I don't know, or elephants, they live a long time, but what do they do for us?
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
right.
even the 9 months, what did they actually solve, or what did they provide to humanity?
Yeah, it's really sad. Nothing like this.
Yeah.
There's no comparison. I mean, I feel sorry for people that are even looking. Like Chris said, I never did any MLM. God bless you. You're lucky. You came on passive and the first thing you've done. That's a blessing, and trust me. But
That's
like
not many people, and honestly, it's still worrisome. Because unfortunately, for a lot of people, when this doesn't work out, they'll just go to another MLM. It's unfortunate, but true.
a lot of things failed, but it made it very clear what I was looking for. I didn't know what the name was. I didn't know where it would come from, but it was delivered to me. Really, it came to me as much
Big
as
point.
I.
We wouldn't have Onpassive, not even the need to
Yeah,
build
he
such
did, Wes. He was basically like, elephants and dinosaurs have done nothing for us. He has no clue how the world works.
a thing if we didn't fail miserably
Oh,
everywhere else.
yeah.
That created the environment and the necessity to build something rather clean and you know to look out for the little guy. Forgive me for that word, but it's
I don't
often
mind being called little lads. It never happens.
because it's often built for just a couple
That's right.
couple
That's right.
guys, couple uh,
What kind of
greedy.
the industry, this MLM industry? It's not a bad word, but the problem is it doesn't make sense that 1 or 2% of the people drive the whole company. It's mind-boggling that you could think that would work forever. And their foundations were only made to last a short time. Most
Yeah.
of them, they were made on purpose. Then they repackage it, come back a year later, and the same people plus a couple more come again. And the 1 or 2% do very well.
Yeah.
It's a horrible thing.
Yeah,
Horrible.
so I'm glad you said the word multi-level marketing for everybody here. I don't have hard feeling against that, but conceptually, it's a broken methodology, if you wish. And the reason I say that because most people just rush to anything because it looks good on papers, and uh, they look at the possibilities as they already happened, ignoring the
Oh god, this is gonna be rich.
fact that they would have to be in and they have some responsibility or some effort required. So they just come in, it looks good, the beautiful chart, and how can I uh, or not even caring how they just okay, I'm waiting for that final figure. It just doesn't happen, so that's why we have a higher failing ratio there, because we have unrealistic expectation. Even more people have over expectation, and that diminishes any attempt or try for actual success, because success doesn't fall from sky, or it's not sent in beautiful colorful packages from the White House or the any house. You have to dig, you have to work hard, and get muddy, dirty, and dusty and rusty. You have to also acquire the knowledge and uh, invest in yourself to be a good candidate. Success doesn't go to lazy people. It doesn't go to negative
Again, he's
people.
just
Period.
sounding like all the other MLM CEOs, right? Right. Agent says, it might be now or just before it ends. Chris surprises him, and for a split second, you can see Ash preparing to avoid it. But he can't avoid Chris. Marty knows his MLMs well and sticks with the best of them. That's what he'd say, right? Right? Yeah, it worked well for 2% of the founders. It's like, what he's saying about other businesses still describes Onpassive every single time. Finally hone your scamming skills. Lazy people want a done-for-you solution. And that's what's kind of funny, is Onpassive is supposed to be the done-for-you solution. And it's like all week they're like, oh, concentrate on the cat part. And I'm like, but it's done for you. So, like, what are people supposed to be doing and concentrating on right now? And then the way Ash is describing it here, it's like all other MLMs. So,
as long as you have a more realistic mindset and more positive mentality, with a good intention, and nothing wrong of having fewer efforts, smaller efforts upon your ability, but something, some contribution, it will taste better. As you rightfully said, anything worthy requires some hard work and failing and challenges, uh, and it tastes better for sure. Victory is delicious after tough times, and I just invite everybody to be realistic. What we have in our hands and on passive, a golden opportunity, by us providing an intelligent, smart way, a good solution that you really can maximize and expedite your success. But perhaps if you're not in it with the
very
right
odd that
talk,
he
with the
described it as delicious. Also, the only time that I feel like he's experienced it, or at least the last time he's experienced it, would have been when he signed up like 300 people in a week to GDI. Like, he hasn't really experienced victory since then, right? Like, every time he releases something in Onpassive, even if it's like a happy, oh yeah, he's released an occasion, remember, they were already waiting for it for years. So it kind of like takes away from it. You know what I mean? Onpassive is the dumb for you solution. Hi, Gary. Time for all the founders to start searching for their dream home, right? Is Ash quoting Stalin? I mean, he might as well. Expedite. I know, he's using big words. The 350 in GDI wasn't directly done by Ash. Probably not. Probably not, but he did get an award for it, right? He was known as the person that signed up the most people there. So I'd consider that to be like his last victory, if you will, right? You know? Louisiana says MLM failure is due to not working hard. That's not what Marty says, right? He's waiting for Obless. Chris wants to help everyone who needs help in the world. Apparently, but as we all know, signing someone up for an MLM scheme doesn't help them. Even if you want it to help them, it's not going to help them. But MLMs always prey on people that want to help people and maybe don't have the resources to do so. They don't know how to go about it, etc. Right?
right reason, with the right mind, there's nothing going to happen but disappointment. So at least think about getting engaged. How could you evolve or be a part of the evolution? Allow yourself. But if you're skeptical, you're doubtful, you're negative, I'm not saying you, but if someone is that way, it's unlikely they will succeed because they will never reach. And a bigger problem, if somebody is greedy or competitive, they think they're just going to destroy everybody and they're going to be at the top and flex those muscles. It doesn't work that way. So if you have the right reason, winning with the right people, with some contribution, everybody got equality. You don't have to be an AI IT scientist. Okay, don't worry about that. We have the people to do it. We have the intelligent people. We have the educated people. But you have something. Get that potential, get that value within, and share it. Allow it to come out by just being positive, and enjoy what's offered, even for free. You just have to take it in. If you're not opening your heart, nothing is going to happen. Open your heart, your mind. There's so much value going around here
Right,
that will
Wes?
literally change.
Wes says, I thought the only thing I needed to become rich was $97 and a Catmo. And O Connect. I guess you would also have to buy O Connect, right? Because again, they illegally force you to buy O Connect to make money off of it. This scam, you have to buy the product. So like when O Tracker is eventually costing money, which they've already prepared us for, by the way, like right now you can get a free trial of the O Tracker. And like if you don't have the free trial, by the way, which you can't pay for it yet, so I don't know what you're supposed to do because they've taken away a bunch of the features. I did a short video a couple weeks ago where I showed you guys like what happens right now when you go on there and try to like do anything. Right? So eventually, like when that costs money, they'll also have to buy O Tracker on top of the O Connect if they want to sell that. Remember, there's 2 wallets in the O wallet. That's one of the selling points, is that you can transfer between the 2 wallets. Blah, 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 blah. So one of them's withdrawable, the other isn't. If you don't have the product, but you sell it, your money and your whole commission basically goes into the non-withdrawable wallet. That's where your O Connect comes out of, by the way. And then like your payment every 3 months, it will come out of that wallet. And then if you do have the product and you pay for it, then your commissions go into your withdrawable, and then you're supposed to be able to like put that in your bank account, even though they claim that you're never going to have to connect your bank account, which makes absolutely no sense. Because no matter what, even to pay for O Connect, it's going to have to come out of your pocket. And then how the fuck are you transferring money into your O wallet if it's not from your bank account? Like, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to have people do, but that's how it's described. So technically you need to have O Tracker and O Connect in future in order to even make money off of it. Otherwise, you're not making a cent. I mean, for all I know, you'll be paid in O coins in the other fucking wallet. Like, really. Greed of collecting 108 million with nothing to show for it to humanity, right? Right? Chris has rubbed his eyes 94 times during this live. He has. Chris has more bacteria in his eyes from rubbing than those rivers in Africa Onpassive is going to make crystal clean. Probably.
Right. And by the way, Professor Susan, not only that she joined us and she met, she had to take 3 countries from the education department. She had to get a sign up and meeting the education minister in 3 countries to take that sign up, or because she was a dean in 2 major universities and consultant for so many departments of education, on the board with some president. I don't think it's hard to find that information. We just don't have to talk about that, but the value and what matters to us is how could we take advantage of that rich expertise and enrich ourselves in return. It's offered to you. Somebody had to study and work hard for 40 years, and they come and say, you know what? I'm going to give you the juice of my journey and
What?
lay it out here
You
in
mean the
Onpassive.
fruit of my labor? Is that what you're trying to say? Sometimes Ash tries to like say these expressions and he just doesn't get it right. Holding back all that traffic is extreme pressure. Professor Susan, was she promoted from doctor? Yeah, she was doctor and professor, so I think she's a doctor as in she has her PhD. Allegedly, she has a bachelor's, master's, and a PhD. You know, so she's educated up the nines. Juice, yes, juice. The juice of the journey, I guess. Instead of fruit of the labor, it's juice of the journey. Like, I'm good. I don't want anyone's juice on that panel.
And it's telling.
Keep your juice.
If those great, intelligent people, if they don't see something worthy, something worth to fight for, they wouldn't come. And they know that we're a startup company and we have, experienced some challenges, but they're a part of the solution. They're not going against the company. And
well, I would hope not, considering you hired her as part of the company. It would be awful if you did that and then she went against the company. What happened to Dr. Soha? I just wondering.
You know, we just have to remind ourselves we're fortunate that we have these type of people with us. So, and I want to thank my 3 followers, my loyal followers. Thank you, all 3 of you. You made my day by coming here at
an extra person there.
basically not a short notice, no notice. You just showed up. You're really paying attention. You're following me, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, we went from.
I also say, please beware of anybody white in Onpassive. As a fellow white Casper Ghost Caucasian bitch myself, I second this. That the scariest people in this company are the white men.
300 people to 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must be Ash, ain't us, but hey, Red says hi.
Thought I just saw you, Joe, in Numbskull. So that one might still be going.
Right
the
now.
magic of love, okay? You see that?
We're going fast.
Red says hi. He's at his boat right now. And Niraj sent me a really good thing I want to ask you about. All of us, I think, were worried about what happened with Dubai.
So Charles Osong, here's the thing. Ash Mufareh is the worst. And he's not white. Charles Osong is a piece of work. But the major people in Onpassive that I believe to be dangerous are on our screen right now. They're just missing Red, Dan Street, Mike Ellis, who are all also white men. So there's that. Nothing against white men. It's just, in this scam, the people with the most power other than Ash tend to be like the white men. You know? Julie is also very problematic. For sure. Comfort confer. I'm not saying that there aren't problematic people of other colors. That's not what I'm saying. All right? If you're at the top of this thing and you have a presence on YouTube, you're problematic. Okay, that definitely includes Charles Osong, Keith Marriott, you know, Julie Wynn, Comfort Confor, Zaver Jaffrey, who you're going to hear about either end of this week, early next week. There's several people that are very, very worrisome. I think that the best way we could go about that to include everyone is saying if they have somewhat of a presence on YouTube as someone that promotes Onpassive, and especially if they run a channel where they're doing webinars or other like promotional videos where they're promoting. where they're promoting Onpassive. You know? Now, Ash isn't white. Ash isn't white, although I could argue that he might be more white passing than a lot of the people in this thing. Ken Russo is also dangerous and white. He also does not have much of a presence. See, and that's what I mean. There's always going to be a few where you guys are going to go, well, what about this person? Right? But honestly, a lot of the main people in this thing that have power are white dudes. And they seem to be the ones that are put kind of in the public eye the most. Right? I bet you a lot of people don't even know who Zafar Joffrey is. You know? Unless these guys mention them, people don't tend to really know who they are. Comfort is bad. I'm warning you, I live in Africa. I know white men have a bad rap worldwide, but until you've lived in Africa, you have no clue. Race has nothing to do with you being bad in this thing. No matter what race you are. Like I said, if you're actively promoting Onpassive and dedicating time to having a channel that does so, especially if you're doing webinars where you're trying to like get other people recruited to this thing, I'm going to see you as problematic and a problem. So the problem is there are some cultures who consider whiteness as powerful, elite, preferable. Exactly. And that's kind of where I was going to go with. That might explain why the white people here are put front and center. It's not just in India. There's a lot of Asian areas that are very similar, where they bleach their skin to make it lighter. I had a friend, okay, beautiful, beautiful girl. Okay, she was black, beautiful girl, and her mom used to tell her to wear long sleeves so that she wouldn't tan more. So, I mean, there is racism within those races, all of them, I'm sure. Mike Ellis is very bad. See, and the other thing that kind of adds to them being problematic is, do they have a history of other scams? That's kind of where, like, someone like Ken Russo is seen as problematic. Or, like, we would see Bill Must as problematic, even though no one really knows who is Bill Must. I might know who he is, but no one else really knows who is Bill Must. All right, like, what dude is Bill Must? Is he a collection of people? No one really knows, but everyone has heard of Bill Must and Onpassive, and he has a whole channel that makes, like, non-stop promotional videos about it, you know? Ash could be white passing and preferable, especially in the eyes of those people in India who prefer lighter skin. That's right. Another thing is a lot of them are from the USA. The thing about third world countries, and pretty much every country except for the USA, is you're told that the USA is where dreams come true. All right? That you have the American dream. I've done a whole deep dive on the American dream. And the USA is the place of the American dream, right? Which is basically what they are selling in MLMs. They're trying to sell you the American dream. That's all that's really for sale. Every time, no matter what one. And so that's another reason why the big majority of people here that you'll see on the webinars are going to be white men from the US. Is to kind of parade them around like they would in an MLM conference with all their success. You know, they'd be like, oh, this person's been with us and they have 5,000 people under them. They're making 6 figures a year, you know. They kind of put Marty and Chris and a lot of these people from the US up on the screen like they're living the American dream. Don't you want to be like them? You know? So it really doesn't, it's not just about, like, race. It's also, I believe, about geography a bit. You know? You know? Wes says blackness is very hated by Africans. What you hear on the internet does not reflect the reality on the soil. Darker skinned Africans are badly abused by lighter skinned ones. Yes, there is that in other races. Technically, I get called a pale white bitch all the time, and I get told to put on bronzer and all kinds of stuff in my comment sections. So, I mean, I guess you kind of have a little bit of it, even with us white people amongst each other in a way. I just don't think it matters much. I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé. The American dream has a lot to answer for, right? Right? You should. Were you around when I got into an argument with Tom Brooks about 90 Day Fiancé? Because I outed him for being a part of Organo Gold. He didn't like me very much for that. He kept that under wraps. He was very upset. He was like, well, I'm going to sue you. And I was like, okay.
Thank you, Niraj. That's one of my three. Yeah. He's following me.
How's Dubai people doing since after that big storm? How are you doing?
Thank you. Very kind of you, Niraj. They're doing much better. Yeah, things...
Gary says, some groups in this scam treat Marty and Chris like the two saviors in The Man Who Would Be King. Yes, Marty and Chris are out here as kind of the closest to Ash. Right? They talk like they know things going on behind the scenes because Ash has let them in on the secret. They even said it today, right? They act like they text Ash on a regular basis. And so they've kind of used that as well, though, to put themselves in a position of power here in this thing. Because I think they know they'll benefit the most if they do that, and they are at the top of this thing. So they've positioned themselves like that, and other people kind of view them as the next best thing to Ash, right?
Are little by little opening. There's some high traffic, obviously, because some roads still being damaged or affected. There's some water piled up everywhere. They have a good infrastructure. However, they got rain in 12 hours. That is, enough for the whole year. And
Naysayer says, I don't know if Ash is even human passing, to be honest. Yeah, well, when you see some of the photoshopped images of him now.
I haven't seen something of that magnitude for the last 75 years. So it was unexpected to get this severe. They are definitely going back little by little to their routine and their life. But thank you for asking. But they're much better, yeah. Still, there's some like high traffic. I can share with you some of the videos still coming out today. But within a couple of days, everything will be fine.
Okay. No
injuries, nothing. I mean, some people got furniture or things in their yard damaged, like Engineer Muhammad Kamal. He sent some pictures, like they were horrific. They're not trained. I mean, if you live in Florida, it's like a everyday process because you shouldn't leave anything outdoors or loose or dangling. You have to tie things up and you have to be prepared. So they left everything. So those objects become, hazardous.
Basically, they do not have rain like that in Dubai. They got a year's worth of rain in one day. So they were not prepared. It is very similar to like when an area that isn't used to getting snow sees snow. It's dangerous. He doesn't seem too worried.
In many ways.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, there was one person that ended up having their car get swept up, and it led to their death. There was one person. It wasn't the flood and the water that killed this person. It was how their car was swept up by the water. So it sounded like the news in Dubai were trying to also keep him off of the death pool. So I don't know if all of the media has reported that person as a fatality due to the flood, Because the way they brought it up was very bizarre. Like, they were like, nobody has been injured or killed due to the flood, but one man did have his car swept up, and it resulted in his death. And I was like, so there is one person that died because of the flood then? Is what we're, like, what did I just read, you know? If you guys go and watch the shorter video I did about the Onpassive metro station, I believe you'll see that part. So it was a little bizarre how they brought it up. So Ash maybe just isn't aware of that because of that. I don't know if he's behind on the news, or maybe there's some Dubai news that isn't reporting that guy as part of the fatalities, to be fair. To be fair. I like to be fair. I saw a video of Ash standing up. He looks weird with legs. Maybe that's why they put his head on other people. The Dubai government did cloud seeding before the flood. The German furniture is at 3D printing plant in Vietnam. That's what they're printing with the 3D printing. German furniture.
Couldn't believe it.
It's cold in Kentucky, man. You know what I found out, Ash?
How cold? Rainy?
I was like, no, it's not rain. It's sunny. But I got a hoodie on. But I found out, and one thing I want to pay attention down here, Louisville, Kentucky has so many homelessness. They actually shut down hotels down here. They help them out, which God bless them for helping people out. But all my Kentuckians out there, I'm going to be looking into that. And when Ash Mufareh gets some of us together, we're definitely going to check out what we can do to help people. Because a lot of things are put in place already out here.
And leave them alone. All right, if there's already things put into place for them there, that is commendable of them to do. I appreciate them doing that. That's good on Kentucky. I wish everywhere would do this. But then trust me, they're getting help from people that can actually help them and care about them. So, Chris, could you just, fuck off? And maybe, not go over there and mess with them all? And tell them that they should all pay money to join a scam? Come on, man.
And as you heard Marty say many times, there's people that are already doing this kind of stuff. So, Kentucky, stay plugged in and stay tuned up for them.
I don't know if everybody else is aware of, Louisville has a lot of handsome people, and they're very powerful and strong. I'm talking to one right now, and for those who don't know, the legend and the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Yeah.
Ash did say he was talking to him right now, right? Am I insane? 1 second.
Many times, there's people that are already doing this kind of stuff. So, Kentucky, stay plugged in and stay tuned up for them.
I don't know if everybody else is aware of, Louisville has a lot of handsome people, and
a lot of handsome people. Muhammad Ali being one of them, I guess. Ash might have a little crush on him. During this, Chris might be crushing on Ash. But Ash is crushing on Muhammad Ali, who's no longer with us, by the way, unfortunately. Rip.
They're very powerful and strong.
Powerful and strong, yeah.
I'm talking to one right now, and
I'm talking to one right now. I hope he's talking about Chris, because Chris is there at the moment.
For those who don't know, the legend and the greatest, Muhammad Ali.
And then the way he announces it's Muhammad Ali, it's I'm talking to one of them right now. For those of you that don't know, it's the legend, the greatest Muhammad Ali. And I'm like, are you trying to imply that you're talking to him right now? Is that because you are saying you're God again? Do we need to 150 you and get some guys in white coats to come and visit you and take you on a little vacation? Are you okay? What is happening? What is happening? Just what the founders want to listen to. This bullshit, right? Right? Muhammad Ali used to say, "I'm a handsome man." Okay, well, I didn't know that. But still, the whole time then, he is talking about Muhammad Ali. Like, I'm not nuts. He's like implying that he's talking to him. That's what it sounded like. It's a little weird. Ash once again in his own world. Marty is crushing on Ash also. Mufareh better start watching Ali's fights because I'm going to flatten that big nose of his when he comes here. Okay, Wes. Maybe Ash believes he is Muhammad Ali. I mean, the Muhammad Ali of technology. I bet he'll say something stupid like that. I can see it.
Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say me. I swear to God.
But I said I'm talking to somebody. I included you first. Got that?
Okay, good. I'm glad that he... Okay, so yes. When he said I'm talking to one right now, he did mean Chris. Okay, good. I was worried. I'm still worried, by the way. Because I'm having, like... Okay, cool. Muhammad Ali is from Louisville, Kentucky. But what the fuck does that have to do with Onpassive? Like, why did we need that tidbit of information in this moment? You know? I'm like, how are we bringing this back around to be about Onpassive? That I don't know why. I don't know. Ash is smart enough not to leave Florida, though, Joe says. I think so. Onpassive is like a Muhammad convention. Float like a bee, sting like a butterfly. What would Ash's be? Lie like a rug. Scam like I don't know. We have to think of something. Finish it up for me. Lie like a rug, scam like a bug. I don't know. I'm sure you guys can come up with one that's better.
Okay. Okay. That destroyed the fact that
this is weird, right?
Very good.
He's going to bring it back around because they're all named Muhammads. The Muhammads exist. He'll be like, Muhammad Ali. Like how we have the Muhammads. Onpassive and the Muhammads.
Hey, man, my brain is all twisted today.
Steal like a thief, think like a founder.
Number one, I want to thank you for...
Steal like a clam. Mug. Scam like there is no tomorrow. Ash seems to like to think about the future, though. I feel like he's scamming more like scam until they find out what you really got planned for tomorrow.
Coming on here, because that's always exciting. And I appreciate it. Marty, I know, appreciates it. Everyone on here, 3,000 people plus is having a blast right now seeing you.
In a couple of years, you can take Cody. He will be more aware of things. You can take him to Muhammad Ali Museum.
Oh, yeah.
It's very inspiring. I took the kids there.
That's Kentucky? It's in Kentucky?
In Louisville. Yeah.
Oh,
it's in Louisville.
He was actually buried there, too. Yeah.
Yeah. My son is listening right now. So, Joey, we got something to do. Even though they're young.
But in a couple of years, he will be more aware.
Does he live there? Wouldn't Joey know then? Joey never tell you about this? Has he never been?
No, it's very inspiring, yeah. Yeah, he was not just a boxer. He was a good influence, good man.
Oh, big time, yeah.
He was all rolled up into one. Entertainment. I mean, the guy was smart. He ended up living in Michigan, though. His last days of his life, I think he lived in Michigan. I can't remember what part of Michigan.
Yeah.
But
once you talked about books, I read that the Great Fight, I believe, one of his books, that will teach you. It's a lot. You think it's only the skill and the physicality. His game is mental. He would destroy his opponent by talking before even one.
He did it to George Foreman. He said, "Is that all you got?"
Yeah. And what's the other guy? He was saying, "Say my name."
Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's my name?
And those guys
my
are
name,
animals.
say my
Okay,
name.
and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
able to.
He'd hit him and say my name. Say my name.
A lot of great boxers.
To be fair, Marty is more in the know than Chris is when they play this little game where they try to get like the pop culture reference. They've done this game a few times where Ash will be like, "Who's this person?" or "What?" Or they'll be like, "What movie is that line from?" Chris will like say a line from a movie, then he won't really remember which one it's from. You know?
Came by following Muhammad Ali's traits, how he did things.
Yeah.
You look at Muhammad Ali, he was a tall guy.
Remember, guys, this was a special webinar featuring Ash.
But he wasn't bound with muscles. He had arms maybe a little bit bigger than Ash's. And unless you've been working out, I don't know about. But he wasn't a big guy. But boy, he just was intelligent how he did everything. That's what I love.
Yeah. Oh, he's a very good talker for sure. Yeah. And, you know.
Gary, we don't know if Marty can stand up or if he's just merged with the chair now forever. Like they become one.
He influenced the world.
He did. Mike Tyson is one of his.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's a big fan of Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, influenced by him. And they all respect him. I mean, even George Foreman and all of those guys.
Oh, absolutely.
They have nothing but respect to him.
Yeah. Nobody.
Okay, thanks for that, Ash. You know.
No, they don't. They don't. Mike Tyson will go after somebody if they badmouth Muhammad. There was who's the one real rich boxer? I can't remember. He was badmouthing Muhammad or the other day. Mike Tyson said, "That man don't know what he's talking." Muhammad Ali knew everything, and this guy was it who's the big multi-millionaire
why do we care?
You mean McGregor, the
Irish guy?
He's
funny to watch, but
the kickboxing is
Merriweather.
Mayflower.
He was bashing Muhammad, and Mike Tyson said, "Oh no, you don't." I thought that was pretty
good.
Cool.
He's doing good financially. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's a billionaire.
He looks like he's watching
good
the
is
clock too. He keeps like looking to his right, like he's checking the time. So I'm like, if you're on a time constraint, maybe don't ramble on about Muhammad Ali for like 10 minutes,
A lot of money if you don't have any kind of respect. He doesn't have respect.
Garmo, your mom was
like
Ash, right? Or someone. Who am I mixing with? Who had Parkinson? Which is what?
My mom.
Your mom. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
My mom has Parkinson's.
He had there's different things of Parkinson's. That's what I found out. Like my mom, she shook on the insides, where Muhammad
it didn't look like
Michael J. Fox. They all have the shakes, and she said
did she shiver and shake? Yeah.
Yeah, she said inside she shook, but I never noticed any shaking outside of her. But
my mom, unfortunately, had juvenile epilepsy that she grew out of. That's why it's called juvenile epilepsy. My mom used to have 100 grand mal seizures a day when she was growing up. And when she was heading into her teens, they slowed down. And by the time she was in her early 20s, she no longer had a seizure. She was unable to get her license until she was in her 30s due to you having to be seizure-free for so long. And I believe at the time she said it was either like 5 or 10 years. I don't quite remember. But due to that, my mom always had a tremor. And unfortunately, because she always had that tremor, we didn't notice that she had Parkinson's until she was already, kind of ill. And so that's just what it is, unfortunately. But usually when you have Parkinson's, you do have the shakes, as Ash calls them here. It's a very weird conversation that they're having. And I wish that they wouldn't discuss it in this way. It's very, very weird to me. Because when I eventually lose my mom, I would find it very odd if I was on a webinar with someone and they said to me, oh, well, who had Parkinson's? It was your mom, right? Did she have the shakes? It just seems very insensitive and a weird way to like talk about this. You know?
Michael J. Fox and Muhammad both said that there's different Parkinson's where it's a whole bunch of different kind of stuff. So
it's absolutely horrible.
It moves at a different pace for everybody, right? Eventually, what Parkinson's is it's basically a nervous system disease, and everything sort of slowly shuts down, and you slowly lose control of everything. And so it can progress differently for different people. They do have medication that someone with Parkinson's can take, and it will help them about halfway through their journey. And then unfortunately, what ends up happening is the medication starts to work against you. So it's almost like then you hit a point where the medication is almost making it worse for you instead of better. Luckily for me, my mom is still in the phase where medication still appears to be working for her, but there is no cure. There's no way to stop it. And it's probably one of the worst diseases that you can have. Like, it's right up there with cancer.
Yeah, it is. You see Michael J. Fox
with the med bed.
Nothing stopping him, you know.
Wes says he says the most inappropriate things. Remember him announcing Robin's cancer. For those of you who hate Robin, I got bad news for you. She's not going anywhere. She has Onpassive work to do. Yes, I do remember that. Felt like he was talking to me with that. And I was like, we don't want anyone here to pass away. That's not what we're doing. Total lack of humanity on Ash's part. So insensitive on a public webinar, too. It's just not the sort of thing. Listen, Chris Johnson lost his mom pretty recently. It's not really something that I think he would want to be asked about publicly at all. Because it would still be upsetting for him. No one wants to lose a parent. Right? And so it's probably one of those things that you maybe don't ask weird details about it. Like, I don't even know why we brought it up. Like, how did we go from talking to Onpassive to Muhammad Ali to literally discussing the fact that Chris Johnson lost his mom to Parkinson's? This has been a weird-ass ride at the end here.
Well, that was exciting,
Well,
Mark.
I think we're good for now, because if we stay a little longer, I'm going to lose interest.
Okay.
My 3 followers.
I think a couple might have taken off already. I'm just kidding. Thank you very much for coming on, Ash. Really, that was a pleasant surprise for sure.
Now,
Absolutely, yeah.
Got to ask you a question, though. And me and Marty and Red were discussing this morning. We got the big African meetup on Thursday at 2 o'clock.
Oh, here we go.
Which I might have to pull off the road. Now, my opinion, we do 360 on Wednesday. We don't expect you to come on all these things. Do you want us to hold 360 till next week and just do the African thing? Your choice. I like giving people choice.
Your choice. I'm fine with either. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we're going to top this one.
I am planning on covering their African, what Chris calls their African thing, because they are going to have Ash on it too. And I've been wanting to cover something over there. And I want you guys to see and tell me if it's just me, because I feel like the vibe over there is very different. And the way that Ash kind of portrays himself over there to a completely different group of people is not how we see him here. There's a very big difference in almost how he acts. And so I want you guys to kind of watch that with me after it happens. And I want to see if you guys pick up on it too.
No, wait a minute.
It's
Is
at
that
2
6?
p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern, right?
It'll probably go till
Yeah.
4 o'clock. So
Yeah.
if you had to come in at the end, that's fine. Just let me know. It's not a
Right,
big
he
deal.
doesn't look too
But we got
pleased.
all the leaders together finally, and they're working together on this. So
Yeah.
it should be very good. One thing I'll
He just shh him. He just Marty, and Marty just keeps talking. That was great. That was awesome.
it'll probably go till
Yeah.
4 o'clock. So
Yeah.
if you had to come in at the end, that's fine. Just let me know. It's not a big deal. But we got all the leaders together finally, and they're working together on this. So
Yeah.
it should be very good. One thing I'll send you a text, but they believe there'll be over 10,000 people.
I can use
Oh.
my account. Yeah.
Bingo.
And that's
That
what
will
that's
change
what I was
my
going to
wage.
ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been
Because-
maxing out on 360 every single week now.
Yeah, he doesn't look pleased, and I guess they've been maxing out because he shows up like.
You said okay. I said that will change my wage. Okay.
Change your way.
$6
Yeah, I said
an
okay
hour.
because Chris is paying
Because-
for it. I mean,
The tool is on me. Okay.
He's up to
That-
$6 an hour now, Mark.
yeah, we might get it free, but you're not,
I
right?
get $3, but my equipment is much more expensive. You know.
Okay.
If we could use your account, that would be great. So, yeah, I know I'm
You
asking
got it.
for a lot. Okay.
What's the send me the title and the time. I think 2 p.m.
The time and everything, what the theme of it, everything.
Yeah.
You'll have everything.
I'll create it and you can post it earlier.
Okay, thank you.
It almost sounds like he doesn't even know when the African thing is happening. So
As of now, I don't recommend sharing the ID. But if you share it, right, they come as attendees, correct? There's no.
Yes.
It's
leak.
working now. Yeah, we had like 1 or 2 people. I don't know how they got on, but nothing like before.
I wonder how. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
shouldn't
know.
be any.
No.
yeah, I thought
But if
you
it
fixed
happens,
that. Hey, I thought you fixed that problem early before the 18th. That was one of the problems that he claimed that he was going to have fixed by the 18th, but that he allegedly fixed earlier. But people were jumping on. People are still jumping on while they're doing these webinars and going on the screen. So it's like, did he fix it?
Let you know, but no, it was. It's really good now. Actually.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so happy that we got to chat a little. I hope you will.
Jelly says, you'd think these bozos would have O-Connect licenses with the right capacity and wouldn't need to ask Ash to create it for them. You would think, but I think that maybe they have access for cheaper. And due to that, maybe Ash doesn't want to give them full capacity. Who knows? Who knows?
Stay connected within
It
the
is
next
funny,
couple of
though.
weeks. As I said earlier, for those who just joined us, we are in anticipation
waving.
for some good breaking news. You know, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, we're waiting for ugly news. So
That's my job.
So instead, we just get no news. Like, thanks.
Yeah.
we're waiting for good news. Very much possible before the end of the month. So within this 10 days.
Mordecai says, I believe Ash limits the O-Connect capacity to save on AWS fees. That could very much be true too. That also makes sense.
Hopefully. And then if all goes well, mid-May, we should have another layer, and that
Now,
will
mid-May?
set us for a powerful year.
Oh, yeah.
We've been working very hard on those couple of things. Yeah.
Thank you for working so hard for us, Ash. We appreciate it.
That's what we do.
More than you can imagine.
Thanks for doing your
Anyway,
job.
everybody, goodbye.
Bye, Ash. But thanks
you.
for doing your job. Thank you so much for doing your job. So far throughout this, it went from being at the end of April to being in mid-May. Awesome. So now they're saying mid-May, And then when we get into the beginning of May, you watch, it will slowly change to by the end of May. Then we'll be into June. I just have a feeling. I don't know what it is, but something tells me that's how it's going to go. So we made it through again. Yes. Woo! Look at us go. We made it through another one. Another 360 where they had Ash on, and they aren't doing another 360 on Wednesday at 6 a.m. So that's the good news. We've already made it through. Woohoo! I thought we would have to wait. But we didn't have to wait. That's wonderful. So instead, tomorrow, I'm going to be going through just some things that I really want to react to with you guys, but they're not long enough for me to make it into like a video react and like do a whole stream on each one. So I've compiled a few different things together. We're going to be reading through some posts that I think are kind of funny and show us what Onpassive marketing is like and what they do to market. And we're going to be kind of laughing at some of their promotional materials, if you will. So far, the stream is set for 1 p.m. Eastern, but I may have to change it into the evening. I will let you guys know by noon for sure. Hopefully before then, but for sure by noon Eastern. If I have to change the stream time. If I do, there'll be a post on my community tab. I might need to, but as of right now, we're set for 1 p.m. tomorrow to do that. What did we learn today in this? Nothing. The only thing that was like given to us as news was that we should be in business by mid-May. There was nothing else really announced, and therefore I'm not really sure why they made such a big deal about this special webinar that had Ash Mufareh in it, but I do always like to hear what he has to say. He is the CEO of this thing, so he's the one that has all the decision-making power here, and he's the one that's like running this entire scam. So when he speaks, I like to listen because it tends to be pretty humorous. And you get a good feel for who he is and how well this is going to go, which isn't very well, not very well at all. Like I said, I doubt we're even going to see anything happen by mid-May. Don't count on it. Agent says, Ash's 3-month rule of scamming. Make it to June, then start hyping September, which will get delayed till December. Exactly. Exactly. And the thing is that Ash has done this whole cycle. Now we've watched it 3 times over. You know? So we already know. It tends to be the same cycle every single year. And they just keep falling for it. And I'm waiting for the day when they wake up, as I'm sure all of you are too. How do we wake them up? By continuously doing this, what we're doing right now. These live streams, videos, speaking out on social media whenever we can. Because eventually people do wake up and they want to go seek out the information and the truth. And so we want to be there making sure that we give it to them. So let's keep going. Thank you to all of you fabulous, beautiful people for making it until the end. We've been going for almost 3 hours now. I'm exhausted. I got a big day ahead of me, so I got to log off. But thank you to all of you for making it to the end. Shout out to my replay crew. Thank you to all of my fabulous mods for helping me run this thing. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a fabulous rest of your day. I love all of you, and just like always, we're in it to win it! Bye!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellish, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call.
My name is Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying or we know who,
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but only Reverend Jim Jones. Okay? Let's go to Guyana. All right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences.
my name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Have
I'm
a
Mike
great
Ellis,
day.
by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh.
Stop going there.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend. Let's go to Guyana.